Festival of the Arts kicked off yesterday, and I tried every single food item there, and here are my favorites of the festival. Kicking it off at Opening Bites, honestly, this entire booth was a complete grand slam. The soft-shelled crab slider was so good. This came with a green papaya slaw, mango ketchup on a toasted brioche bun. The bun was soft, the crab was incredibly crispy, and yes, for those wondering, you can eat the entire thing. The cheddar and chive scone was so good. It was filled with salmon. It reminded me of a Cheddar Bay biscuit. It was delicious. And the Enchanted Rose was light and fluffy. It was the perfect milk chocolate mousse with raspberry and rose. Don't be scared by the Squid Ink Pasta. This looks a little crazy, but it had lump crab meat, a truffle cream, and shaved truffle. This was a perfectly creamy pasta, and I loved it. Mexico doing great things over at their booth. First up, I love the carne asada. This came with a grilled queso fresco that was so good. I also love the croqueta. This was chipotle chicken and chorizo in a chipotle salsa, which I will say was very spicy. Over in Germany, you have to go with the pork and white bean cassoulet. This came with sausage and crispy pork rinds. This is just an explosion of flavors, and it is delicious. Next up, over at Pop Eats, you have to get the tomato soup with grilled cheese. I like the one with pimento cheese, bacon, and fried green tomatoes. The cheese is gooey, the bacon is crisp, and the fried green tomatoes give it that little bit of crunch. And finally, over at the Craftsmans courtyard, I love the beef Wellington inspired croissant supreme. There were so many flavors going on in this dish. My favorite part was the mushroom gorgonzola sauce on it. I thought it added such a perfect tang. And one of my favorites of the festival is the cast iron roasted PEI mussels with sauteed tomatoes, garlic, and fresh herbs. The mussels are great. There are so many of them. They come in this awesome broth with 2 slices of bread to dip it in. Get that bread, dip it in the broth. Perfection. And be sure to follow along because I'm covering the best and the worst of Festival of the Arts, including food and drink.